Give me that crystal, boy. That's my crystal. So early game, it's not too bad. It's pretty similar to the OG game, but late game is when stuff gets crazy and it takes like 10 minutes to wail on one enemy just to kill him. Alright, that's Castle Keep done. Now on a Barbed War. Since I do have the Green Knight's magic, the Medusa areas and the swamp will be harder because every enemy resists magic in that area. Alright, he's pretty low. He's about to die here. Bop. There we go. Good little, like, tutorial boss. A nice little speed up for these doors is the boomerang, which just shreds them. So you'll immediately notice, yeah, he's like crossing the entire screen in a second. He's much faster. Luckily, I juggle good. So if you, like, tech when you get knocked down, which is basically just spamming jump when you get knocked down, then you can get up, and then if you attack quickly, you basically are immune to knockback while you're in the air, which is very helpful. He dead. Now to Forest Entrance, where we get the Geometry Ash music that is copyrighted, so I can't really show this whole level. Okay, copyrighted music is over, sorta. So, Thieves' Forest is the ideal place for farming in Insane Mode because of the troll boss. You just clear this level quickly, and then you just juggle the trolls at the end that infinitely spawn from the boss. Yeah, so these guys actually have quite a bit of health, so they're really good for farming because that means more hits. Alright, so here we are at the boss. He infinitely spawns the troll monsters. So the trick is to basically just fly across the screen like this. You can just ignore the fire if you get lit on fire because it doesn't do too much damage. I love being a tank in like every kind of RPG I play. And the nice thing about defense in this game is it increases both your maximum health and reduces the amount of total damage you take. It also, since you heal proportionally based on your max HP, it means food heals you for more total life. The same percentage, but more total. There we go, got him. And now you get a shit ton of money, food. Hell yeah. Now we do the funny deer ride part. Ba 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 ba. You can follow the deer to see where the doorways are. Helpful little deer, even though one's permanently shitting himself to propel himself. We did it! We made it! No! Alright, now, obligatory water level. These always suck. I like to get hit on a rock immediately. That's my strat. Everything's kind of just annoying here. Damage doesn't scale on this part. I like to spam magic for these guys. Clear them out pretty quick. And then the level 2 combo is pretty good here, just a spinneroonie attack. Alright, so the catfish boss is kind of weird in Insane Mode. He has significant damage resistance when he's not stunned. So you just want to spam arrows like this, and then when he comes up block, you're good to beat his ass for a bit. And I like to do this basically. Get some chip damage and just keep block spamming. He's getting pretty low though. So we should be able to wrap this up. I think spamming splash attacks is better. Some characters have different splash attacks, but multi-hit ones like Orange Knight, Red Knight, you know, they all work pretty well. Alright, that area is donezo. Pretty easy so far. Now we go to Tallgrass Field, and the mini-boss here is kind of a pain in the ass. Yeah, this guy. Oh, well, he's after these bears, but they're the tornado bears. They're super annoying. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, that should be deadzo. Here he is. Alright, so he uses the ram, which is annoying enough, but then he spams tornadoes, summons infinite enemies, and yeah, he's a pain. And he's a medium weight, so you can't juggle him as easily. The combo for medium weights is light, heavy, heavy, repeating. I mean, you do for a more optimal one, you want to do light, light, heavy, heavy, light, heavy, heavy. And then you can do light, heavy if you want. He dead, though. Juggling is definitely going to be how you deal with most enemies, though. And then bosses, it depends on the boss. Now, something to note about this guy is his tongue lick attack does 999 damage. And unless you're like a very high defense build like me, that's going to pretty much one-shot you and eat a potion right there. This attack right here. So you can block it. And you pretty much always want to block it. I believe in the air it only does 1 damage. Okay, no, it still does 999 if you're in the air. So yeah, you actually don't want to underestimate this guy because he does massive damage. Yeah, okay, so if he's in the air and he does the lick attack, it only does 1 damage and just knocks you back. If he's on the ground though, You want to block or dodge that, for sure. Ah, don't get stun locked like I just did. Yep, that's how you pop a potion. So you don't want to be careless like I was. It's best to deal with these guys in the air with the level 2 spin attack, because then they can't grab your head and stun lock you like they just did to me. Now the poison only does 1 damage a tick, so you don't got to worry about it, but the poop is annoying. Also, after every level, make sure to go to either the castle shop or the thieves shop and replenish your potions, because you're going to need potions in insane mode. There we go. Alright, he did. Little tidbit, the knights will actually take gold for themselves if you don't get it first, so make sure to get all the gold real quick after that boss, otherwise they'll take it. Now, since you do have sandwiches from normal mode, you can level skip and do industrial castle, but I like to just stick to the normal layout, because industrial castle can be tricky. Alright, we got another potion, now we're back out on the road. To Flowery Field we go. So the bees and beekeepers aren't too big of an issue. I believe beekeepers are medium weights, I'm not sure. Nothing's too crazy tanky yet, and if you want to just farm levels, then the Thieves Forest level is great. The troll boss there. Okay, never mind, the beekeepers are lightweights, so yeah, you can just juggle them and the bees normally. Full power! It doesn't really matter. You can magic jump to save time on that ladder though. And now here's where stuff gets tricky, because these guys are lightweights, but later on they can be medium weights in like Lava World and stuff. So it's mostly 2D area, but there are still lanes like normally in this game, so just make sure you're aligned to everything. Now these guys have high defense. They're only taking 30 damage a hit instead of the bees and beekeepers who are taking 37. They also drop bombs, which is super annoying, especially later on. Those bombs do a lot of damage too, so be careful, avoid them. So this fight's kind of long in insane mode, because after a certain amount of attacks or time, he'll just like go back to his piano where he's indestructible. I like to spam projectiles like this, that way he takes poison damage. He doesn't ever block these because he doesn't really know how. So this is a good way to deal consistent damage. You just time it for when he gets up. The final boss has like 6 phases, I believe. Let's see, it's the crystals, oh, there we go, he died from the poison right after. So as you can see, this part isn't hard, but like especially endgame insane mode, it's basically just an endurance. Normal mode is a sprint, but insane mode is an endurance race, because you really have to deal a lot of damage and take very little damage, because everything is a threat. Now we're gonna get bonked in the head here. Don't worry, our minds are empty, so that didn't do any brain damage because we don't have any brain to damage. He got up from that. You see what I'm saying? I comboed him for like 20 seconds straight and he got up from that. Insane, and this is like mid-game, dude. So insane mode is a lot of just wailing on enemies, which is why it's definitely recommended to have like a strength build. I just have a defense build because I'm used to it and I enjoy it, and I don't mind, you know, wailing on enemies for a bit longer than necessary. Since I can take more damage, it kind of balances out. And it is an RPG, so you know, even though in insane mode you're basically playing the role of the victim, you can also, you know, be whatever build you want. If you have the magic combo light, 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 heavy, heavy, that's a really good combo. That one. Honestly, the magic combo is probably the fastest method of dealing with heavyweights, since it does massive damage in that one hit. If you do have enough magic and damage, then definitely just magic projectile spam his ass, or magic jump if you want something safer to get out of there. There we go. Alright, that took forever. So now we're at the boss with a sliver of health, but we do have 5 potions, and auto potions are great because if you have a sliver of health like I do, then that's a free hit you could just tank. Whereas without auto potions, you cannot tank shit. Alright, so this guy's a little bit weird, but if you remember to dodge up and down, he's really not hard at all. These you can block, but his like, that attack you cannot. So you want to dodge up and down to deal with that guy. He is also very fast. Oof. Yeah, see, if you get a little bit too overzealous and dodge too early, he'll just track you. So be careful of that. Now he'll get faster with those. Yep. He'll start just straight up throwing those out. When he does that red, that's when he's gonna spam it. So, insane mode definitely starts to live up to the name of insane around here because this boss is just pile driving my ass. There we go. And now he Terminators himself. I almost had to use 2 potions there. I was already low health though, to be fair. But yeah, it's crazy. Now next is Lava World. Lava World is like where insane mode becomes absolutely insane. This is the breaking point for sure, because enemies in here are medium weights, and there's a lot of them, as well as 2 bosses, I believe, in this world. I like to just do light, light, heavy, heavy, light, heavy, heavy, and then repeat light, heavy, heavy until you get to the sky, basically. There's a more optimal version where you light, heavy as you fall down to the ground. But I find it too inconsistent with like spacing depending on multiple enemies and stuff. Keep in mind that enemies will get tankier in each level that you progress. So even though they're taking more damage and have less defense than the Jedi lightsaber dudes, they have more health, I believe. So we got even more enemies here. And you're starting to see what I'm talking about now. Like, this level is just massive. There's so many enemies you gotta fight. Alright, so you want to pop a sandwich. And you can spam ground attacks like this, but I like to go, oh, yeah, because he'll do that shit, which is annoying. You might have to use a lot of sandwiches here, but this guy, the volcano itself doesn't actually have that much HP, so you just jump up in the air and just hit light attack, and you'll just swing, and just make sure to keep repeating it before you hit the ground. Now, after you kill this guy, all the enemies on screen will insta-die, and then you could get some sandwiches. And then it's immediately another boss fight. And there we go, dead. Not a hard fight, just kind of weird and tricky. And there you go, that's Lava World. We did it. 2935 hits. Oh my god. A lot of these idiots will just walk into your combo, which is very helpful. Alright, now we're going to have, I believe, this screen or the next one. Okay, the next screen we're going to have a Beefy, and he's going to be very tanky. So you're definitely going to want to use splash attacks on him a lot, arrows and stuff like that. Just like to kite these mini guys around and just keep splash attack spamming the heavy, or the Beefy. There we go, now he's dead. So now we can just juggle normally. Alright, so this boss, you're going to need a lot of multi-hit stuff. Splash attacks do well here. And you just want to, you know, avoid taking fire. Yeah, that did 8 damage, so it's not the damage you gotta worry about, it's just the fact that he's so damn tanky that'll wear you down. Ow, poison. Oh no. Alright, all that's left is the Fingy. Basically want to just damage everything as soon as possible. That way they all go down around the same time. And there you go. Boss fight over. It's pretty easy, I didn't pop a potion or anything. But Industrial Castle can definitely be an issue, because it's just way less forgiving between all the traps and tanky enemies and hard-hitting stuff, and the boss can wear you down for sure. Now you always gotta hit him off because he's an asshole, and then you do the telescope. If you get him in this corner, then they're pretty much just fucked. Just wail on them until you're like positive they're dead. Yeah, crunchy. And then they sink. Yippee! As long as you combo quick and get them all, you know, in the same combo, that level goes by pretty quick. This level is gonna get really fucked. Like, insane mode really bears its teeth here. I know I keep saying that, but like, these guys are super tanky. The issue with the desert levels is the beetles. The beetles, after a certain amount of time, will go underground and just like are immune and deal a lot of damage. The issue with the beetles is that not only are they immune to damage and can hit you from underground, but they can hit you and then multi-hit you while you're laying on the ground. So you really want to make sure you're teching, which is basically just spamming jump attack after you get hit so that you're not laying down vulnerable to other attacks. These beetles, dudes, cicadas, whatever the hell they are, you can shield them, but you got to be careful because if you're misaligned, then they'll just go right past you and hit you. So I like to shield them and then splash attack spam, and they'll jump just like the guys in the marsh level are going to do. So get used to this 4-hit and then jump kind of enemy, because they are uncommon, but it's a unique... It's like, yeah, if you get hit like that, make sure to jump up. I missed it. But especially when there's multiple beetles on screen, they could swoop around and hit you while you're laying down, like multiple times. And that 50 per hit adds up. What the fuck? Alright, now we get these guys. These guys are heavyweights, so, you know, what you come to expect. But I like to prioritize the beetle because he, you know, can hit you while he's immortal. And obviously that's a problem. These guys have bombs though, so this is why it's difficult. Is shit like this. You're really gonna just have to get good because you can't rely on infinite juggles or anything. You just really have to have a lot of situational awareness, good dodging skills, and deal as much damage as you can. Ow. And there's more. There's so many damn, like... And now there's 2 beetles. And 2 enemies. This is why this level is... Like, it just keeps going. It is a difficult level. For sure. There goes my first potion. Now we get a little mini-boss here. It's not too difficult. He just spawns those guys. You die in 1 hit. Like, I mean, if you've unlocked Insane Mode, you already know how all the levels go. It's just like, there's certain mechanics. Ooh, meat. Awesome. I was about to pop another potion, but thanks to that meat, I'm back to full. We still got 4 potions. The rest of this level isn't really hard. It's just another one of these guys, and that's basically it. And go. And go. And go. Yeah, made it. If you don't make it, you just blow up. Now we got another desert level. Yippee. This one's not as bad. In case it wasn't obvious by the fact that I made a custom character, got a gold skull on it, got it to level 99, and have beaten Insane Mode twice, I really like this game. Alright, now this area is kind of a little bit of a trek since enemies are very tanky around here and there's a lot of them on this whole bridge area. Ow! 378 damage arrow, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so I'm like 1 stat point away from max defense possible in the game, and I still take that much damage from a random arrow. Insane Mode is just genuinely insane. Yeah, I win, bitch. We got the map. 4,000 hits in that level, dude. Holy shit. Alright, now after Sandcastle Roof, I like to go all the way back to the Thieves' Shop, because we need potions. I think we used 2. Alright, this part really sucks. Unless you have magic that these buff skeletons are weak to, it just sucks. Because they don't get staggered by my magic here. So I just kind of gotta... Oh! Whee! Arrow spam is like the only... Oh my god, I can't even move. Yeah, heavies who resist your magic are a serious fucking problem. Juggling the light units back and forth kind of helps me not get grabbed and deal a bit of damage to them, but it's not that reliable. Just pepper them with arrows. How is a skeleton buff anyway? How does that work? These guys are medium weights and they resist poison, like heavily. Alright, that's those enemies down. Time for more. So now you get an entire Troll Mother boss. This is also another good place to farm them, but obviously it's much harder because you have to clear all the enemies first. So I honestly just light juggle the trolls and then the other guys get mixed in for good damage. Another apple. Money. Ooh, meat. Yeah, alright. Now I'm basically full health. Hell yeah. Get that meat in my mouth and then keep on beating people's... I'm gonna stop talking. This one you can't even see the health bar, so it's kind of a little bit riskier. Ow. There we go. Okay, so this one's different in that the trolls don't instantly die when you kill the boss, so you gotta actually kill them, however many are left over when the boss spawns. Yep, he died. No, rip bro. Damage and health doesn't scale. Like, NPC allies just, like, get fucking shreked by Insane Mode enemies. It's so sad. Hey, they're alive! I think some ally NPCs are invincible, too. Or that maybe they do scale their health pools. Hard to tell. Oh, he died. Not the beefy. No, they died! Alright, never mind. They're not invincible. That was wishful thinking. Ow! 420 damage. Ay, blaze it. But why? Now we fight one of the tankiest bosses in all of Insane Mode, Corn Boss. So, little tidbit about this guy. His health is actually only scaled by 5 times instead of the standard 10. And he's still this tanky. So, little trick. If you want to go up in the corner, wait for him to pop up. He'll actually... These guys are invincible. So, they will add extra DPS for the fight to make it go by a bit faster. Yep, now he's just gonna pop up, go right back down. So you wanna always be moving. Cause this guy will just fucking rock yo shit if you stand still. Let's get a dash attack, run away, rinse, repeat. Got him. So that is a very tanky boss, for sure. Whew. But a good intro to late game insane mode. I'd definitely say after Cornborse hits late game. Look how many times I hit him. 5,500 times, dude. That boss is so tanky. So the Swamp Village store is actually one of the cheaper stores out there. I think the Swamp Village store is actually the cheapest place to get potions because they're only 11 here. So these guys are a lot like the beetles. You hit them 4 times, then they jump with iframes. Insane mode definitely gives you an appreciation for splash magic because it's just such a great way to deal damage to multiple enemies at once. Alright, yeah, when this guy's the last alive, he'll do this shit. I think he could block it. Yeah, he could block it. He'll just spam that. So just beat his ass with spam magic. Honestly, all of Insane Mode is just training you for that Necro fight at the end. It's fucking brutal. The Ice King fight is really brutal too. Not because he actually doesn't do very much damage at all. But he spams a lot of magic attacks at the end, which can, you know, add up damage. And he's so tanky. Alright, now we're at Medusa. The trick to her is super simple. It's just a time-consuming fight, because, you know, Insane Mode, tanky boss is tanky. You gotta get, like, close enough to her to get melee attacked, but not so close you, like, scare her away, and then just block her attack. And this is it. This is gonna be the whole fight. She's gonna do attacks behind me, and move around like this. And as long as you're right here, that beam can't hit you. Alright, we got her down a quarter. So yeah, it's, I mean, you know, boss fights are really long in Insane Mode. They're like raid bosses. But once you learn the trick, just keep doing that. The gold skull is worth it on your character. I tell you what, boy. It is very rewarding. Insane Mode is insane, but it is definitely doable solo. And hopefully this, like, playthrough, walkthrough, whatever you want to call it, helps you out a little bit. The key is just juggles and learning each boss patterns and area. And we win. Let's go, baby. Fuck you, baby snakes. Also, if you didn't know, if you break her, you get a special weapon. 3,100 attacks. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, after Medusa's Lair is, in my opinion, one of the worst levels in all of Insane Mode, Full Moon. This level is just fucking insane, dude. It takes like half an hour to beat. Everything's a heavyweight. You got bulkies here. You got boulders flying down at the speed of light. You got slopes, which make everything awkward. Fuck off. Yeah, so I just entered. I'm on the first screen, and I'm at half health. This is how brutal this level is. Ow. First screen, and I already lost basically my whole health bar. It is fucked up. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, they can crit. I kind of forgot about that. I've already used 2 potions, and I'm about to use a 3rd. Like, Full Moon is no fucking joke, dude. Everything hits quick, hits hard. They're all heavyweights. What the fuck? He just knocked me out of the air. I got reinforcement. Like, this is why I hate Full Moon. Bunch of heavyweights you can't combo, or technically can barely combo. They jump in the air. They hit for like 200 damage. There's a million of them. There's fucking beefies everywhere in this level. This is a good kind of like conditioner for the Necro fight. They just keep coming, like, oh my god. Fucking Christ. Meat! Let's go! They just keep, like, what the fuck? It feels infinite. This is crazy. Another guy shows up. There's like 1,000 fucking enemies. Dude, I've been doing this for like 20 minutes already. Finally. Oh my god. That took 4 potions. And the level's not even done, bro. Finally, lightweights. Okay, now they start dispersing them into mostly the snow dudes who are lightweights, thank god. So I could just deal with them and then just fight like 1 or 2 heavies. Which is better than like fucking the 6 or 7 heavies I was fighting at the same time. Beat his ass. Yeah, this magic ground combo is very helpful for heavies when there's not a million on screen. We did it, dude. Okay, you can exit the map after a level, so, and it'll save it, so We finally did full moon. That took forever. So now I'm gonna go back and replace the 4 potions I lost, which is by far the most I've lost in a level yet. That's how hard full moon is. They all got up. That's how tanky they are, dude. One of them got up. Oh my god. He got up. Bro, what the fuck are these guys eating in their free time? He got up from like a 2,000 hit combo. Really got a whale on these guys. This is why most people have like boosted strength in insane mode. Because enemies take forever to kill. Alright, they should all be dead. Oh my god, 2 of them survived. This is insane. They're so tanky. Jesus. Alright, finally done with that level, Snow World. Alright, now we're at the Ice Castle. The Ice King is a crazy boss because he's just so tanky. Just like his minions. Dude is just... he is nothing but protein all day, every day. Alright, low-key, this part, I don't even care because the damage scaling doesn't scale in insane mode, so I just fucking brute force it. Ow. Yeah, it does 8 damage. You see why it's not worth giving a shit about? Ow. Ow. Alright, let's do this. I like to use splash attacks, but man, this fight is just going to be so long. I got him down to like 75% health after 2 hours. I probably won't even pop 1 potion to this fight. It's just so damn long. He's not even at half yet, dude. This is crazy. It's been like 5 minutes of straight wailing on him. Come on, he has like 2 HP. Come on. Yes! Finally! Oh my god, that took forever. Let's go, bitch. Let's go. Get shoveled, idiot. Get horned. 5,700. That's the most by far in a level. That's 200 more than, or like 500 more than Corn Boss, I think. Oh, I don't even use a potion. That was just a long-ass fucking fight. Alright, Wizard Castle Takeoff. Wizard Castle Interior, we have to fight 4 bosses. And the final boss has 6 phases. Oh my god, dude, this is gonna take forever. Alright, we up. Let's do this. Let's end this. In 4 hours after I beat his minions. Yeah, so you could shoot them, they don't care. You could magic them, they don't care. They actually take 1 damage from my magic. Ow. You know what, 100 damage? That's not too bad. I've taken worse, that's for sure. There we go. Cult is down. We're actually at like full health, which is awesome. And then I think they're all open. Yeah, because I've already done them, but I'm going to do them in the correct order. Man, this fight is super chaotic in insane mode because things will just explode your face for like 400 damage. It's terrifying. Die already. There we go. I don't even think I got hit. It's a goober fight. A lot of these fights are just going to be long. So we got the brothers next, and then Necro, which I'm terrified of because it's difficult as hell. Pop, 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 block, pop, 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 block, pop, 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 block, pop. I win. Let's go. Die, Crystal. Die, Crystal. Die, Crystal. Die. Oh god, am I fucking ready for this, dude? Oh god. It's so insane. Like, phase 1's fine, phase 3's fine, phase 2 is... oh my god. Alright, let's do it. I'm gonna be quiet because I gotta lock in. But I've done it before, I could do it again. Definitely just kill all the easy guys in the corner. Oh, the ninja's still alive? Alright, let's do this. No, my juggle. You asshole. I keep getting knocked on my juggle by everything. How did you grab me from nowhere? You fucker. Stop it. I'm getting stun locked. Oh my god, this is why I fucking hate this fight. Deliberately unfair fight. Please stop stun locking me. That's not fucking nice. I got plenty of potions, I say, as I immediately pop a potion. Can you not grab me from behind as I already just kicked your ass, you fucking dick? Dude, how did... I'm literally not even close to you, fucker. And I can't juggle the lights because they keep punching me out of it. Oh my god, you cocksuckers. This is why people have to exploit for this fucking boss fight. No, my apple. Oh, the other heavies are gone. Okay. Really? From behind, every time. You fucking cocksucker. Stop. I just need a juggle without 80 fucking people punching me in the fucking back like a bunch of pussies. And there he goes, ladies and gentlemen. The biggest fucking cocksucker on the planet. Runs up behind me as I'm doing the only fucking consistent damage I can do. I literally hit you for... Oh my god, they're stun locking me. And then he... What the fuck? Dude, he's literally grabbing me as I'm already hitting him. I got 2 potions. I can do this. Oh, the heavy's dead. I did it. This guy doesn't do a lot of damage, and he doesn't have much more health than normal mode, so this part isn't bad at all. In fact, it's very easy to just stun lock him. Bitch. Gotta hide behind all your fucking minions. 17 damage. That's cute. Let's go. I win. Oh my god, that was crazy. I used 3 pots, which honestly, not bad, all things considered. Whew. Okay. Now, the thing about this is I could technically just go back and get more potions, since even if this was my first insane mode on this character, once you unlock Final Battle, you can just go back there, you know. But I'm gonna try it with 2 potions. It should be manageable. This isn't hard, it's just like, you know, long. There's 6 phases. I mean, of course it's long. Yeah, easy. Now, honestly, this phase is harder in multiplayer, because if one person hits him wrong with, like, physical when he's got the blue shield, or vice versa, then everyone gets hit. I love multiplayer in this game, but people online have no idea how this boss fight works. It's so annoying. Yeah, bitch. Phase 2 done. Alright, this is just the juggle phase. Phase 3 done. Phase 4, let's go. It would be so funny if I didn't use a single potion for the whole final boss. All 6 phases. I needed 3 potions just for the Necro fight. But if I need 0 for the final boss, that's like proof that it's way harder. Final phase! Still got 2 potions, let's do this. His meteors can hit him here, and they do like a lot of damage, so probably a good idea to get that. Ow. I keep fucking getting stun locked. Fuck you. He's below half. Ow. Dick. I got him. Let's go. Fuck you, bitch. And that's how you beat Castle Crasher's insane mode. It is insane, for sure. Look at the sliver of health I have left. So, in multiplayer, you can get a secret thing there, but since he's doing this, I can't dig and block. Get clowned, idiot.